Hi, my name is Michelle Hua. I am a UK Global Talent Visa coach, and this is my frequently asked questions. This is my second installment. I do have another YouTube video on frequently asked questions number 1, and you can have a look at it there. So straight into it, how long does the process take? So I have coached a number of clients on the stage 1 endorsement process, and typically that takes about 8 weeks. This is because there are 15 documents in which you need to prepare for the stage 1 endorsement. And when I work with my clients on a bespoke coaching package, that takes them to 2 documents per week. And that is usually 8 weeks. And that's alongside their full-time job. Now, the preparation may take 2 months or 8 weeks. And then once submission takes place, then it can take up to 8 weeks for TechNation to respond and provide a decision. But during COVID, the decision from TechNation have come back quicker, and it can take up to probably about 2 to 3 weeks for a decision by TechNation to let you know whether or not you have been successful or unsuccessful. So the preparation time takes a little bit longer than probably the decision time. But it is up to you. If you work on this full time, it probably won't take you 8 weeks. But generally, when people work with me, they have a full-time job alongside working on this endorsement application process. So roughly about 2 months. For me, when I applied for my Global Talent Visa endorsement, it took me 3 months. And that's because I asked my experts to help me, and it took them quite a long time to come back to me. Those events were out of my control. But this is why now I tell all my clients is to ask your experts early so that they're prepared to respond to you quite quickly. So yeah, it takes about 8 weeks generally. Is there an age limit, or is age a barrier to anyone who wants to apply? Actually, there isn't really. I mean, I see a number of people ranging from probably age 25 to maybe 50, but it could be less than 25 or more than 50. But that's the general age that I'm finding my clients. The category in which you can apply is either exceptional talent or exceptional promise. Now, those who apply for exceptional talent should have more than 5 years experience, and those who apply for exceptional promise should have about less than 5 years experience. So if that is any indication of age, that could tell you that, TechNation do understand that those who have more than 5 years experience are a bit older, and those with less than 5 years experience are younger. And you can't sort of pit them against each other because they have different levels of experience. So that's why they've split it. But yeah, age is not a limit or barrier. Maybe the more experienced you are, the older you are, so you would apply for talent. The stats on that is that 68% apply for talent, whereas 32% apply for promise. So, I guess more people are applying under talent, which means they have more than 5 years experience. And if age is an indication of that, then yeah, people who are older are applying and probably getting it as well. So yeah, age definitely is not a limit or barrier at all. Do my experts have to be C-suite? No, before 1st of December 2020 new guidelines took place, the TechNation guidelines have stated that experts need to be C-suite, and that's really difficult for people who work for big companies who don't really have a direct access to their C-suites, unless they are C-suite themselves or at a director level. But if you are going under exceptional promise and you work for a big company, you're not going to have that ease of access to a C-suite. Or you probably will be less likely to have access to a C-suite. So TechNation guidelines have now stated in the new rules that the expert for your letter of recommendation just needs to be senior in your field. So they can be head of, They can be a senior manager, they can be a principal. A lot of, some of my clients have used principal managers, but it depends on the company, because certain companies have different seniority levels as well. So long as you can establish their seniority in their company or in their field of expertise, then that's absolutely fine. So they don't have to be C-suite. Do my letters of recommendation have to mention that I am applying for the Global Talent Visa? Yes. This is where it becomes quite tricky for some of my clients who don't want to tell their employers that they're applying for the Global Talent Visa because they may be leaving their jobs and they don't want to tell their employers or their managers just yet. So this is why sometimes it is tricky for some people who don't really want to tell their employers or managers that they are leaving. So because the letter of recommendation has to state that the letter is in support of an endorsement for exceptional talent or promise for the Global Talent Visa. Now, another reason is because in the letter of recommendation by experts, they also have to tell the assessor or write in the letter that what your future plans in the UK are and why you will add a significant value to the UK tech sector. So so it does need to really, they do need to support you in your plan to apply for the endorsement in order to get the Global Talent Visa. So this is why sometimes it is difficult to find the right expert, because they need to vouch for you. Who are being endorsed? Now, this is an interesting one. Thankfully, Tech Nation have provided a report that was released at the end of 2020, some stats around the Global Talent Visa and endorsements. So let's have a look here. Because this is a tech visa, they have allowed people with technical skills and business skills to apply. So you can see here, a majority of people who are being endorsed are people who have software engineering backgrounds, but then that's a technical skill, but then those with a business development background are right behind those who are getting endorsed for software engineering. So you can see there, there's product managers, there's data scientists, there's solutions architects, people in research, then down to operations marketing. So there is a range of people from technical and business skills that are being endorsed. So don't let this tech visa prevent you from thinking that, well, I don't have a tech skill, I can't apply, or I won't be endorsed. But Tech Nation have said those with technical and business skills can apply. And as you can see, they are being endorsed as well. Now, those who are from different countries are also being endorsed, and having a look at these different stats. There are about 90 plus countries that people are applying from. You can see here that the most, the endorsement rate, or the highest endorsement rates, are people from China, but there's also people from the US, Canada, and Australia that are more likely to be endorsed. These are just stats though, so don't let this discourage you from applying. It's just stats. So you can see Nigeria has the lowest endorsement rate there, but India, Pakistan, Turkey, Russia, they have endorsement rates as well. So just have a look there. People with technical and business skills, people from the US, Canada, and Australia are more likely to be endorsed. But again, these are just stats. Doesn't matter. I mean, I've seen people from different countries being endorsed as well that aren't in these stats. So don't let that be a hindrance to you. Is there a cap for endorsements? Actually, there isn't. There used to be a cap when I applied in 2016. The cap was 200 per year, and that's not a lot because 200 a year from 2014 when they established this visa. Over 7 years, 200 per year, that isn't a lot of people coming through. They did increase this stat in 2019 to allow for an over the 200, but now since 2020 they abolished any cap at all, so anyone who applies can potentially be endorsed so long as they meet the criteria. So don't worry about any caps. if you apply, if you meet the criteria, you can potentially be endorsed. Do I need a job or job offer to apply? And the answer is no. This is the beauty about this global talent visa and endorsement process. Um, Anyone who works in the tech sector can apply for the global talent visa endorsement. And then once they get the endorsement, they can apply for the visa. So you don't need a job or job offer. But what you do need to do and write in your personal statement, and all your experts need to also write this, and they need to tell the assessor what your future plans in the UK are. So for me, what I ask my clients to always think about is, what are your 1 to 3 year plans, and what are your 3 to 5 year plans in the UK? So obviously your 1 to 3 year plan, if you don't have a job or job offer, is to get a job when you get to the UK, and think about what type of job you want, what sector you're going to be working in, what research have you done, and who have you spoken to. So the likelihood of you getting a job, obviously, in the UK is probably pretty high, and especially if you've done any research, mention that as well. So that's a beauty about this global talent visa. It's merit-based, it's not employer-based, which means that they assess you on your merits. They don't assess you on any points or whether a company has sponsored you. You don't need a company sponsorship for this visa. It sticks with you, it stays with you, is attached to you, so that you can freely work anywhere you want to, so long as it's in the digital technology sector. How has COVID-19 affected applications? When it first struck in March last year, it kind of slowed things down a little bit. I was just keeping an eye on the stats and the numbers. But the longer COVID went on, people just went about their daily business and applied anyway, especially for endorsement applications, because endorsement applications, which is stage 1, that has no bearing on your visa immigration status. The endorsement stage is just to get endorsed for exceptional talent or exceptional promise. And once you get that, then you can apply for your stage 2 visa application. So COVID-19 hasn't really affected the endorsement applications. When I was working with my clients, they actually suddenly had more time because they were all working from home. They didn't have to travel anywhere. They couldn't go anywhere. So it really made them think about what their future would look like. And especially with people working remotely, they were thinking, well, actually, can I work remotely in the UK, and then explore what other opportunities there are in the UK as well. The more difficult stage, obviously, was once they got their endorsement. The requirement is you must apply for your stage 2 visa within 3 months of getting your endorsement. And obviously, because of COVID, they weren't able to travel. The Home Office did put some extra guidelines around the 3-month mark. So have a look at the Home Office guidelines there once you get your endorsement, to see what the guidelines and deadlines are for that. But yeah, some of my clients also had difficulty with stage 2 in terms of the UK VCAS offices were closed, so they couldn't book their biometrics appointments. But it has lifted. We're kind of out of the unknowns now, but back then it did affect some applications, but the endorsement applications still were coming through, and actually the figures are more than 2019. So people are still applying for the stage 1 global talent visa endorsements. Okay. How do I get more information? So TechNation have produced the guidelines, so have a look on their website. I have a load of information on my website, so have a look at www.michellehua.co.uk. My website has been revamped, so I have a number of resources that are available, including infographics, more YouTube channels. I've got an ebook, and I've got lots of interviews from my my previous clients as well, so you can get more information there. Yeah, and TechNation also have a lot of information on the official guidelines. So yeah, have a look at my website. It's again www.michellehua.co.uk. You can also email me. I also offer free discovery calls. That's 15 minutes complimentary. So if you have any questions at all, just book in through my website on discovery calls, and that's every Monday that I offer these. And they've been such a great help to a lot of clients and potential clients who just need to ask a few questions about the UK Global Talent Visa endorsement process. So I hope those FAQs do help you, and hopefully I will see you and chat to you sometime in the near future. Thank you.